Hello there, my name is Josh McFraggle, social justice hosiery druid and transformative media creator. Welcome to my first episode in my series, Subversive Tropes Forever Uncovered About Video Games, or STFU, about video games. To begin this series, I wanted to address one of the most popular franchises for the last decade, and that is Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is a series of games by Ubisoft that focuses on the protagonist time-travelling through genetic memory and inhabiting the bodies of sociopathic murderers that reinforce strict gender and heterosexual norms. What's so harmful about this series? Prepare for an education second only to Tumblr.
You play a series of exclusively white males. Look at all that homogeneity. Every single playable character is clearly very male and very white. This endless line of white devils utilize their hidden blades to skewer unsuspecting people, mostly men, mostly from behind. This is of course a clear analogy to the image that homophobes have of the homosexual, sneaking up and putting things in people that don't want things put into them. When you are outed as an assassin or homosexual, you need to escape, often using prostitutes as decoys for your orientation, hiding in a pile of straight strands of hay which represents the heterosexual majority, or in closets, which has its own obvious links to hiding one's sexual tastes. When you are not stabbing people from behind, you're often following men through the streets or climbing up huge tall structures only to leap from them, clearly invoking a reactionary aversion to phallic objects that you are initially attracted to. In some of the games, you're encouraged to commit abuse to animals in the form of hunting or whaling, reinforcing the idea that the homosexual is against nature, and even getting into a ship with a load of sweaty men to sing together, which is there in order to bring the subtle narrative to the forefront of your mind. Even more flagrant is the eternal foe of these assassins, the Templars, an order of Christian knights. Christianity has had a long-standing, deep-seated history of homophobic abuse, and the imagery that you're combating the very soldiers of Christ. In a Western Christian democracy, which of course we all live in, this symbolism is bound to create a sense of conflict within the player, telling them that their actions are ultimately wrong. Even the name of the series is a subliminal message. Assassin's Creed, or as the two alternative pronunciations have it, Arse as Sin Screed, or Arse in Screed. The use of arse as sin is fairly obvious, but using arse not only demonizes single arses, i.e. gay butt stuff, but also multiple arses, or a twerk of arses as they are collectively known. Now onto the more complicated part, Screed. Screed is defined by Wikipedia as roughly synonymous to diatribe. A diatribe is a rhetorical form invented by philosophers
and boy lovers.
Also, Diatribes is the name of the 1996 album by the grindcore band Napalm Death. Napalm Death is clearly what the creators greatly wish to see committed against homosexuals. Even the developer Ubisoft is clearly homophobic in nature. If you pronounce their name phonetically, it almost sounds like Ubisoft, doesn't it? As if you are gay, you are soft, weak, and vulnerable, reinforcing the heteronormative patriarchy and of course entirely fictional concept of traditional masculinity. It's not just in the pronunciation that the harmful image is projected directly into the brain of the gamer. They utilize a theory known as anagrammatical conditioning to ensure that the subconscious process works and rewires attitudes in order to warp the player. Here are some of the concepts the developers from Ubisoft want to bury in your brain. Acridness arses. The human anus is unpleasant smelling and therefore having sex with said orifice is unclean. Crassness ideas. The very idea of being gay is uncouth and antisocial. Sacredness as is. That the heteronormative patriarchy is sacred, not one to be sullied by the actions of the gay. Sacred arses sin. That the anus is a sacred, musty little cavern that you must not enter. Encased arse says that any man that does anything with their balloon knot must be encased in a prison cell. Caressed arse sin. To even sensually touch another man's bum is a sin. Ascend arses, sir. a clever subversion that men should have anal sex in order to foster conflict within the player. Now, you might be with me this far, and asking yourself, why would developers include their message so subtly, bro? Surely this makes everything you say instantly stupid. Derp, I am ironic piss baby shitlord. This is an obviously stupid statement that you've just said, and makes you stupid for saying so. Please proceed to my Patreon to ease your guilt for your obvious failures as a critical thinker. Research clearly shows that the repetitious nature of the tasks and the constant sequels is a method of aversion therapy, according to many researchers. Aversion therapy is a form of psychological treatment in which patients are exposed to stimuli while simultaneously being subjected to some form of discomfort. This conditioning is intended to cause the patient to associate the stimulus with unpleasant sensations in order to stop the specific behavior. Now, what constitutes the discomfort, you might ask? The answer is simple. The combat and the free-running controls. Every time you experience the clunky controls, it is telling your brain, this is wrong. Everything about this is wrong. This is stupid, and the same thing every year. In some cases, twice a year. I can't take it anymore. As you absorb this message, your subconscious is repeatedly telling you being gay is wrong. Now remember, it is possible to enjoy a piece of media while still acknowledging that it is full of ubiquitous, corrupting evil that you are scum for enjoying. Also, the less likely you think you are to be affected by the media, the more likely you are to actually be affected. Therefore, knowing that you are likely to be affected by watching this is a way to safeguard yourself from any harmful imagery, is the most reliable way to be affected, so be sure to demonize the game and the developers are subhuman homophobes, because I'm afraid you are now unavoidably tainted. I probably should have started off saying that.
Well, there you have it, my special snowflakes. This is how Ubisoft indoctrinates the children and man-children alike to become homophobic scum. If you feel this is worthy of your support, please go to my Patreon linked in the description field so that I might subvert the capitalist patriarchy. If you have noticed a particularly evil trope, please be sure to let me know. Otherwise, I will just end up reading through Polygon articles until I find inspiration. Farewell, my fleshy unknitted friends. We shall meet again.
Race you to the bottom?